Hello, hello. I am now live. It's Anthea Cutler, your mindset coach for women in business. I am just going to go ahead and share my screen because today I want to talk to you about stretching your mind. Just got to pull up this document. Today I want to talk to you about stretching your mind to encompass your dreams for 2021. So just bear with me for 1 second. Cool. So hopefully you can see both me and my slides, but tech, let's see what happens. But this is a very impromptu video that I wanted to do for all of the people in my community. And it's this sense of like, it's December next year, soon it's going to be January, it's going to be 2021. And what do we actually want our goals to look like? And if I use the conscious part of my brain, there's a whole heap of safety stuff going on. There's a whole heap of protecting, keeping myself safe. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of the process that I go through with my clients to really get their subconscious brains comfortable with bigger visions during launches and in their business. And it's really going to allow you to go for it. So I would love for you to join me. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I've called it Let's Do Some Stretching for 2021. And the reason is because I want to plant the seed for visualization. But I want to do it in a slightly different way, because I think when people go to visualize their dreams, they think it needs to be perfect. So I've called it stretching. Let's do some stretching for 2021. So we're going to do this through visualization of what we want our 2021 to look like. And when I check in with women in business, we are not setting targets. Like, we know about goal setting, and even for myself, I need to get support in this area, because we know about goal setting. We know that if we set the goal and put it out there, it's going to be so much easier to achieve, and yet we resist it. And I have done so much of this visioning and stretching in my work with clients. And over the last week, I've had 3 women in business have the best years in business that they've ever had. They've all messaged me this week saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the work that we have done together this year. And this is the bit, like, yes, I help across a whole range of different things, but this is the bit that I reckon is the most powerful. So we avoid setting that target because we're like, should I set the big one? Should I set the safe one? Should I whatever? But if we don't set the target, we're going to go round and round in circles, so that at the end of 2021, we're going, what happened? I'm sure I had bigger dreams than this. I'm not really sure what happened. And we also avoid it because we want to get the vision perfect. So often people avoid doing these sessions with me, or I have noticed in the past, I've got my tricks to get around it now, but they avoid doing these sessions with me because they want to sit down and do some planning beforehand. But it's like, this process will help you come up with your vision, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Simply doing it is enough. And the more you do it, the better it gets. Our dreams might scare us now, but if we practice them in our imagination via some form of visualization, it's like practicing. Like, my daughter goes to preschool and sometimes she feels nervous, and she practices going to preschool, and then she feels comfier as time goes on. It's like we're doing that in our imaginations, but we're doing it quickly because we're visualizing it every single day, or 70-30 rule. We're visualizing the growth that we want in our business, the amount of income that we want to make, making our subconscious brains feel comfy, so that then, imagine if we do this every day for December 2020, come 2021, our brains will be totally prepped for the goals that we want to achieve. So during this visualization process that I'm explaining to you, we are training our subconscious brains to really go for it. So it's like our conscious brains get the opportunity to forget about how. We're just going to visualize it anyway. This is separate to strategy. I obviously really rate strategy and you need a plan, etc., but this is totally separate to strategy. Is we will imagine the end outcome that we want, and our subconscious brains, it's like giving them this big beautiful target, and then they're like the little mice on the wheels, and the subconscious brain is the mice on the wheels in the background working out how to get you there, and you don't even know that that's happening. And the other thing is our subconscious brains cannot differentiate between whether that visualization happened or not, or whether or not we just imagined, whether it actually happened in real life or whether we just imagined it. So even a clunky visualization will get us comfier with what we want, will get us further along the way. So I always say this in hypnosis because people worry about how deep they go or whether they thought about a billion things or whatever. I say simply turning on the audio or coming to the session is enough. Simply participating in the process is enough. And the other really interesting thing that happens for mindset, or when people find out about mindset and how much it can grow your business, mindset work, what was I going to say? Oh, they go and search for every single limiting belief, and it's like they're cleaning for the cleaner and they're searching for every limiting belief, every single thing that's stopping them, and it becomes like this addiction. So what I like to do is, most of my work is based on this premise that we visualize what you want and where you want to end up, and then we can do little tricksy things to ask your subconscious brain whether there's anything stopping you, and then if there is, we work on that. So instead, like, we are made up of beliefs. Our whole self-identity is made up of limiting beliefs, but we only need to shift the ones that aren't working for us. If we shifted every belief, if we shifted every single belief, we would not have a self-identity and we would self-implode, which is why on some like personal development camps, when they try and or when they get you to eradicate 26 beliefs, then people have breakdowns when they come out of it, right? So we only want to go for limiting beliefs that are holding us back from the next stage, really. Like, that's the easiest and most efficient way of doing it. So why not visualize our future, and then if there's some sort of problem that arises, like I just can't do it because of X, or I've got this huge fear or whatever, that's what I do in both my Mindset Magic program and my membership and my one-to-one work, is then we do the deep clearing of that particular thing. But this is a much quicker way. And it's also that whole premise of focusing on what you want rather than focusing on the problem. Okay. But we also want to notice with curiosity if something comes up. There's no point in, like, that really resourceful mindset requires us to put on our curiosity scientific cap and look at what is going on and be like, oh, interesting. I feel like this is a fear regarding X, rather than being like, oh, here we go again. Of course, Anthea is like this, blah, 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 blah. So I want to experiment with doing some dreamy journaling. I've never done this before, but I feel like it would be really good for this particular video. Because normally I just get the person to speak it aloud. But the problem that I have with journaling is we often take our conscious minds there, right? And we take our limitations there. So we journal, but we're kind of just journaling exactly where we're at. Sometimes we can have epiphanies, etc., but it's better if we change our state and then journal. So I just want to plant this seed that before we journal on these questions, and you can come back to this video if it's not the right time to journal, but I would love to hear your thoughts on this, is I want to give you permission, and I want you to give yourself permission that we're going to put our dreamy hat on. So this is the hat when you're like, this is the childlike hat where you are fantasizing as a kid who you're going to marry, what you're going to be when you grow up. You're not thinking about how you're going to get there. You're just allowing yourself to dream of all the possibilities. So I want you to step into that energy of dreaminess where there's no limitations or judgment. We don't care about how much money you have, whether you have a team, what your personal relationships look like, what country you're currently living in. No limitations or judgment. This is giving yourself permission to really dream. It's like you're playing God, whether you believe in God or not. It's like you're playing God. I want you to put on the hat, pretend that you're God. What do you want 2021 to look like? Now we're going to journal. So I want you to ask yourself, what would be the most exciting version of your dream for 2021? And I want you to write some stuff down. What would be the most exciting version of your dream for 2021? And if you're just listening along whilst you're working, or if you're in the car, just have a think about it. You don't need to journal. What would be the most exciting version of your dream for 2021? What would your business look like? What would your lifestyle look like? What would your health look like? What would your relationships look like? Really allow yourself to dream. It's like we've switched off that, but I can't do that because of but I can't do that because of but. No. Really allow yourself to dream. What would your ideal day look like? How much money would you be making? How do you want to be feeling in your business? This is most often what people forget to put in their vision boards or any visioning that they do for the future. How do you want to be feeling in your business? For me, I want to be feeling like I'm vibing, having fun, well rested, peaceful, excited, like it's easy, like I'm organized. How do you want to be feeling in your business? How do you want to be thinking in your business? This is one of those ones where people are like, what do you mean by that? Well, do you want to be thinking, I can't do this, this isn't going to work? Or do you want to be thinking, I've got this, how am I going to make this work? What can I do next? How can I keep this simple? What can I scrap off my to-do list to make this easier? What support can I bring in to make this easier? And then the next one is, how do you want to be behaving? This is another one where people are like, what do you mean? Well, so do you want to be making the amount of money that you want to make? Having the personal relationships that you want to have? Having the business growth that you want to have? And working 18-hour days? No, I'm imagining not. How do you want to be behaving in your business? What do you want to be doing in the mornings? How many hours do you want to be working for? What types of tasks do you want to be doing? What types of tasks don't you want to be doing? All the questions. Cool. So I hope this has given you some food for thought, regardless of whether you're writing these down or having a think about them. And it's fine if you haven't got, like, if I'm rushing you through, come back to this. Or even better, I'm running a mindset call tomorrow at 10 a.m. in my Ladies Who Launch group, but I'm going to tell you about that in the end. So right now, I want you to schedule into your day some time for visualizing, some time for you to, in your imagination, act as if you are already there. Act as if you have already achieved everything that you dream to achieve. Not that your practical mind thinks that you can achieve, everything that you dream to achieve in 2021. You can pop on a hypnosis or a meditation that's unrelated just to get you into that quiet space and just set the intention that you're going to allow yourself to visualize 2021. You can do it just by sitting quietly. You can do it for 30 seconds. You can do it for 10 minutes. You can do it for 2 hours. I don't care. Simply doing it is enough. Doesn't matter if it's clunky, doesn't matter if it changes from day to day, doesn't matter if the thoughts roll in, doesn't matter if you're not having purely positive thoughts, doesn't matter. Simply doing it is enough. I want you to schedule into your day some time to visualize and act as if you are already there at your dreamy big goals for 2021. And if you want to do some more of this with me, I am doing one of these calls tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's a taster of a mindset session in my Ladies Who Launch group. And it's a taster of what the mindset sessions will have a flavor of. It's not going to be entirely the same in my Mindset Magic membership. So my Mindset Magic membership, you get one live call and a library of hypnosis audios and EFT tappings. And it's only $396 for the year, which equals $33 a month. And it's normally going to be $66 a month if you join now as a founding member. So that's that. If you want in, just PM me. But if you want a taster of what kinds of things we're going to do, I'm just going to have a play in a mindset session tomorrow in my Facebook group in Ladies Who Launch. PM me, I'll pop the comment, like I'll pop in the comments below how to join. If you say taster in the comments, I'll come back and invite you to the group and the call. And it's just going to give you a bit of a feel for my work. It's going to be run slightly differently because I'm going to be on Facebook Live in the group and people are going to be writing in the comments. But I will also have a Zoom link for anyone who wants to pop on, as long as they're happy to be live. There's only 190 people in the group, so it's pretty small and intimate. And you can bring anything mindset related, like how do I feel more motivated? Anything to do with this visioning, anything. And I'll give you a quick thing to do in order for you to make the first step to move forward. We can work on overwhelm, whatever. You just come with whatever you want to come with. Cool. So I'll drop the link in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you're watching this back on the replay, please put hashtag replay before any questions so that I know to come back to them. And I'm not looking at your comments. I don't know whether you've noticed, because I forgot to bring my phone into the office. But anyway, I will come back and respond to any comments. I would love to have you in the group. And otherwise, have a wonderful Thursday. Big love from me. Bye-bye.